Hey everyone, it's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel, coming at you from the Primetime Treasure man cave area. Rarely seen and never seen at this angle before, so keeping you on your toes for this new video, which has to deal with shipping out and selling big, bulky, but light items. I've done a prior video, which I'm going to link to down below, about selling and shipping and packing big, bulky, heavy items. And that tends to be in the vintage electronic area or new electronic area. There's lots of big money to be made in that area, so go check out that video. But you could also make a lot of money on these lighter, big, bulky items, which a lot of resellers make the mistake of passing up because they get nervous about how much it's going to cost to ship. They worry that they're going to lose money on the shipping. And also, they're concerned about how exactly am I going to get a box to fit this type of thing in. So I'm going to kind of take you through that so you could maybe experiment on an item or two like this and see how well you can do on it. Because I could just tell you from my experience with it that you could definitely do very, very well. So we're going to focus on what's in this box right here. Now, this is a pretty big box, okay? It's 32 inches wide, 32 inches high, and 4 inches in depth. Now, what's inside of it is a big, giant train set made by Bachmann. It's a train set that's not made anymore. It's called the Smoky Mountain Express. It's all bubble wrapped, so I could show you what it looks like in the bubble wrap in a second. But if you want to see the actual item and what it looks like, just go to my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. The link to that is down below. Tomorrow, October 10th, 2018, I'm going to do a be on the lookout item of the day, in which I'm going to feature this train set, so you could take a look at it and see it in more detail. But the train set, again, is pretty big. It is not really that heavy considering what the size of it is. I mean, this is pretty light. It's 7 pounds and 12 ounces, which really isn't bad. So when I say it's not heavy, I mean we're not talking about a 20-pound or more item. It is very easy, lightweight to take, and I'm saying it's 7 pounds, 12 ounces with the box and with the packing material inside. So it's really not bad. What you have to do if you get a big item like this, first of all, you have to have a sense on what the comps are and what you could source it for. And if you especially can source items like this out of big collectible hauls, that's the best place to do it. And that's what I did with this item. So you may have heard me talk about it before, but I purchased this item through a person who worked for the company Got Junk, and what he would do is go into estates and he'd take out items when he cleared the house, and anything that he thought was interesting or cool, he would take it and he'd go put it into a storage trailer. But eventually his storage trailer got too filled up with material and he needed to sell the stuff off, so he contacted me through a Craigslist ad that I put out there where I say I'm interested in buying partial aspects of people's estates. So he said, hey, this looks like a good fit. He contacted me. I came out there. The first tote that I open in the trailer is filled with Magic the Gathering cards, which are sealed and they're old, and just one set sold for like $150 or more, and I only paid like, I don't even remember right now, but it was less than $100 for everything. So I just sold one pack and I was set. Then I came back in December. I spent $300 on a ton of more stuff. I mean, I had my car, the Primetime Treasure Mobile was completely loaded. It was crazy. It was filled to the brim, filled to the max, and this was one of the items that I picked up. And I already made all my money back from that collection, and so this, whatever I sell this for, is going to be just all profit. So I had this item listed for $164.99, and tonight someone gave me a best offer of $150, which I took. Now, interestingly, a couple weeks ago, someone gave me an offer of $100 for the item. I immediately declined it because I knew the person was lowballing me, and the person said, well, if you ever change your mind, let me know. Well, it really should be the other way around. If you change your mind, you let me know, because I know what this item is worth, and you just have to do that based on your, your completed sales research, know your item, know your product well, and then you know exactly what type of offer to take for it. And $150 for this item is great. So it's $150. So that right there, that's a good sales price. And why I'm telling you that that's important, if you think you could get that kind of money out of a big bulky item like this and it's light, then you're not going to pay a lot in weight, because weight would be a factor that's going to affect how much it's going to cost. The region of the country it's going to is going to affect things as well. And what's also going to affect things is the size of the box. So you can have a general sense of what the size of the box is going to be. Before you list the item, you have to have a plan in place of how you're exactly going to ship it. Are you going to be able to get a box that's that big? What you don't want to do, like this item tonight, Eastern Standard Time, sold at about 10 o'clock. Now, I have one-day handling, so I cannot now try to run out somewhere and try to find a box for this. So you have to be prepared. I wound up getting a box. I saw a box that was, and I had in mind, I want to list this item, I want to put it up. I found this particular box at work in a shipping and receiving area. It was all ready to go out into the dumpster. I looked it over. It looked like it was the perfect size. I grabbed it, took it home, and even had some styrofoam pieces in there that I could use for padding. So it was perfect. Now, depending on where you live, there's different places where you might want to look. If you are a member of a wholesale club like BJ's or Costco or Sam's Club, definitely go there. They could have packing material like this as well. You could go into furniture stores. They would have things like this. Just think of places that are selling big, bulky items. Electronic stores like Best Buy is a perfect place where you could find things like this, find boxes like that. Another place, now this might sound a little gross to you, but you have to look past it for a second. If you go in the back of strip malls, for example, you will see, and not just, doesn't have to just be a strip mall, but it could even just be an individual, big store that sells things in big boxes. Just go back to the dumpster area where they have cardboard. Now, I'm not talking about dumpsters that are filled with what you would just stereotypically think of as trash. Now, I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the dry dumpsters that right on the top, the businesses have thrown out, like just big boxes, and there's tons of shipping material you could get there. Lots of styrofoam, lots of padding. It's a great place to get shipping supplies. Just skim the stuff off the top that's dry, and you could find big giant boxes that's that size. Now, you might have other ideas of how to get boxes that are this big, and please feel free to leave those comments down below. You guys are all awesome with doing that. But the thing that I want you to know and I want you to understand, this is very similar to the big, bulky, and heavy items, is that when you have an item that you could source low like this and that you could sell for a high price, stop worrying about the shipping cost, because here's all you need to do. Just set the shipping for economy, just blanket economy, which covers you for, you could pick parcel post if you want to, and you could pick FedEx Smart Post and FedEx Home Delivery. You could cover any one of those services, plus you could upgrade it if you want. So I want you to take a guess. Which was more expensive to or actually, let me flip it around this way. Which was the cheapest way to sell this item, ship this item? Was it priority mail, which is, that's an expedited shipping service, which you certainly could upgrade to if you want. Remember, no one's going to penalize you or get mad if you upgrade the shipping. If you say you're going to ship it economy and you ship it priority, the person's going to get the item faster. You're going to have a happy customer. But what you cannot do is say you're going to ship it priority and then downgrade it to economy. So protect yourself by automatically putting in the lowest shipping option in terms of what it's going to cost you, which would be just set it to economy. That would protect you worst case scenario if it's going out all the way across the country, like me in New York, if it's going out to California. Now this one happens to be going to Kentucky, so fortunately for me, that's not super far from New York. It's not right around the corner, but it's better than California, and it does give me some better shipping rates. So what is the cheapest option? Do you think it's priority mail? Do you think it's parcel post, which is ground economy shipping? Do you think that it's FedEx Smart Post, or do you think that it's FedEx Home Delivery? Which one of those do you think is the cheapest? Well, you might be surprised, but the cheapest to ship this is actually priority mail, believe it or not. The FedEx Smart Post rates and the FedEx home delivery wound up being in the high 20s to the low 30s. Parcel Post wound up being $22 and change, and priority mail for this wound up being $21. So sometimes now it goes the other way. Sometimes the priority mail will be ridiculous in terms of the price. It'll be like, $40. But then if you set it as economy, you could then choose those economy options and you could drop that price sometimes by half or more. So usually for these types of items, no matter where they're going, you could generally get the price down to somewhere around the $20 range. Now, again, it just depends. Depends on how heavy the item is. But right now, we're talking about lighter but bulky items. So, what we also want to do is make sure that you protect the item well. So you can see here, I just took some styrofoam pieces and I put it in here to protect it on the top. And you can see I have it protected on the sides and that goes all the way down. And then here, I have the train set. It's all basically in thick bubble wrap. It's all covered, taped up nicely, and it basically spans the whole part of this box. Again, if you want to see what it really looks like, just come over to my to my Facebook group, and you can see it tomorrow when I put it at the Be On the Lookout item of the day. But again, my general point in all this is to stop being scared of bulky items. This did not take me long to pack, by the way. All I had to do is wrap it up in the bubble wrap, put some tape on it, wedge some styrofoam pieces on it. I'm going to tape up the top, and that's it. Print out the shipping label, done. Put it on the shipping scale. I'm all set. And when you factor in, $150 sale price with the, the fees and, with the $20, $21 shipping, so I'm going to make a little bit more, over $100 profit on just one item. What would you rather do? That, or would you rather sell 10 items or 12 items or 13 items for $10 to make the same amount with all that extra work? This is just an easier way. You could just make one sale during the day and you're good. You've made $100. Like if that's your goal, you could just do it in one sale. So stop being scared of the big bulky items. Just use the approach that I mentioned. Set it for economy shipping. Just look at all your different options once it sells. Pick the cheapest way, and I'll tell you, this person's going to be real happy because this person thinks it's coming economy. They think it's going to take anywhere, all the way up to possibly 10 days, and they're going to get it in a couple days. And then what I'm going to get in terms of feedback, if you go and look at my feedback at the Primetime Treasure eBay store, is super fast shipping, lightning shipping. Like the person's super happy because you under-promised, but you over-delivered, and that's what you want to do in business. You don't want to over-promise and under-deliver. So that's it for today. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned to my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center, because it looks like I have found a way to break out of Instagram jail. There'll be some more updates on that coming up in the future. But again, join my Facebook group and you'll find out more information about that. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and let other people know about this channel so we can get the word out there. Over 200 videos dedicated to helping you with your reselling business. And by the way, if you're watching this video and it's October 9th to the next week that's coming up until next Monday, you should definitely come by and join my Facebook group. It's free, doesn't cost anything, because I am giving away a free lighting kit. So that's a lot of people have expressed interest in something like that to help with their business. So just come over there and you can see how to join the contest. See everyone at the next video. Take care.